Hello everybody! Welcome to a new lesson on my channel. Especially for those who are not that familiar with the study of grammar, we'll start from the structure of the sentence. I understand that it can be quite difficult to tell the subject from the object, the position of the verb, and then we're gonna speak about adjectives, which I already anticipated in the past lessons. Okay, let's start from here. As you can see, la struttura della frase, the structure of the sentence. We can see here a normal sentence, very simple in italiano. Luigi mangia una mela. Being Luigi the subject, mangia the verb, and una mela the object. You can see from here that subject is the person or animal or any other thing that can perform an action. It can also be something that is not living, because imagine in poetry or in literature, or if you're just making up sentences, of course the subject can be everything. The importance is that it remains the thing that performs the action. And then we have, of course, the action, the verb, and a third thing that says something more about the action. For example, you have here Paola beve il caffè. So Paola, who does what? What does she do? Qual è l'azione? What is the action? Beve, from bere, to drink. What does she drink? Caffè. Quindi Paola beve il caffè. Usually this is the order of the sentence, but I must tell that in Italian the order is not quite respected, especially in the spoken Italian, and once you become more fluent, you'll see that it can be mixed up. Okay, here you have, of course, another example. The verb can also be not an action, but sometimes something to describe the subject. For example, in the form essere plus adjectives. And I repeat, we are going to speak about adjectives soon. Quindi, you have Laura e Bella. Lara being always the subject, and e bella being another kind of verb. Let's just say that this can be something related to the subject. Okay, let's do this simple exercise. You have here all mixed up some adjectives related to the physical appearance, l'aspetto. You have lunghi, azzurri, bello, alto, neri. I know that you are just studying Italian, but some of you might have read something already, or journals, or I don't know, websites, or pages on Instagram and Facebook, so some of these adjectives might already be familiar. I'll do the exercise now, but make sure that you give it a chance on your own. Quindi, what do you notice? With eyes and hair color, if brown we say castani, if black or dark we say neri o scuri. Well, otherwise, if somebody is bald we say è calvo. I wouldn't say I capelli, gli occhi bruni muri, but I would say una ragazza bruna mora, okay? So this is just the use of the language that you will learn to know. And now something about other adjectives related to the character or the inner side. Gentile, allegro, simpatico. What do you think that is the opposite of antipatico? And what about the opposite of triste and scortese? Try to guess and write it in the comments. This is a simple exercise that you can do. Describe yourself and a friend, the physical appearance and the inner side. And the question is, come sei tu? Io sono, for example, io sono biondo, io sono castano, io sono simpatico, eccetera, eccetera. Com'è il tuo amico o com'è la tua amica? La mia amica è, eccetera, eccetera. Don't worry, although it seems difficult, you'll see plenty of examples right now. Gli aggettivi. We mentioned the aggettivi before. What can you see now? What can you see here? Do you see some analogies with the nouns when we studied the nouns? What you can see here, it's one and it's a man. Here it's one and it's a woman. And then you have on the right side the plurals. So what you can see is the desinences change from O to E, from E to E, from A to E, and from E to E again. Okay, here you can see some examples. Arrabbiato becomes arrabbiati, sorridente becomes sorridenti, contenta becomes contente, triste becomes tristi. we have practically three groups: masculine, feminine, and unisex, the third group that I like to call unisex, meaning the nouns and the adjectives in this case that end in e, but they can be feminine or masculine. For example, sorridente can be applied to a woman or to a guy, it doesn't change, and the plural will always be sorridenti. Qui abbiamo un esercizio. Here we have an exercise. You'll have to fill in the blanks with the last vowel of every adjective. Una bella famiglia. Paola è una donna, alt e beyond. Consider that we are speaking about Paola, we are speaking about a woman, singular. So most probably the vowel we are gonna put is, alright, it's a. And again with bionda, blonde, again, a. You can continue this exercise on your own, and as I always suggest, write in the comments your solution, or just maybe send me an email if you want to know more about this. Also, for home, you can do this nice exercise. You can change all of it. You can change the adjectives as you wish. Don't worry if this seems too much, this seems overwhelming, because I prepared this list of adjectives that can help a lot. You have on the first column singular and masculine, the second column masculine and plural, the third and the fourth columns instead are dedicated to the feminine forms, singular and plural. So you have, for example, active, attivo, attivi, attiva, and attive. Of course, a good exercise, as I always say, is to look up the new words that you don't know, write them in your own list, and from time to time go just there and maybe read it, or maybe in your free time, just without even taking it as an exercise. And here you have also another exercise that you can, where you can conjugate practically the adjectives related to the nouns. Attenzione qui. Of course, you have the articles, which helps a lot, but normally it's important to look up words, because there are many of them that are irregular or exceptions. For example, problema. Problema looks like a feminine word, but it is actually masculine, and considering that there is the article that helps, of course it shouldn't be a problem for this exercise, but in future you wouldn't know. So every time you are in trouble or you don't know if a word is masculine or feminine, just look it up. Here you have a little description, and I will read it out loud to help practice pronunciation. After me you can repeat, you can block the video and repeat. Ciao a tutti, sono Marco Giusti, un ragazzo italiano di 19 anni. Vengo da Bari e faccio il cameriere. Sono magro e di media altezza. Sono alto 1,75 m. Ho i capelli neri, corti e ricci. Ho gli occhi verdi, scuri e a mandorla. Di carattere sono simpatico, socievole e amo fare amicizia con le persone solari. La mia ragazza si chiama Giulia, è spagnola ma studia a Roma. Lei è gentile, allegra e generosa. Ha i capelli lunghi, biondi e lisci. È alta e ha gli occhi grandi e scuri. Ha le labbra sottili e la fronte alta. Le orecchie sono piccole e il naso è all'insù. È proprio la mia ragazza ideale. Quando si usa il verbo essere, quando avere. Do you remember the verbs essere and avere from last lesson? Well, they are great for descriptions. In fact, we use the verb one of them before an adjective and the other before a name. An adjective can be bello. What do you think we might use? For example, io ho bello or io sono bello. Of course, it's the second one. So we use the verb essere before an adjective. And we use the verb avere when there is a noun. For example, i capelli. Ho i capelli neri. Sono magro. And you can see many examples here in bold. Never forget that the question to ask for a physical appearance and also for the inner side is just com'è, and then you postpone the name, or I don't know, the dish. For example, com'è la pizza, or com'è Giovanna, com'è tua madre, or come sei tu, if really I want to know about you. It doesn't matter, we don't really have two different questions. They can be used either for the physical appearance and for the inner side. It depends on the context, and you will understand what actually the person that is asking wants to know. Okay guys, I hope this lesson wasn't too difficult or too long. I'm open to any suggestions as always. I hope you will have a great study and see you soon. Ci vediamo presto. Ciao ciao!